Hi, Midnight. Hi. Mwah. Oh, thank you. I was so worried you wouldn't recognize me, and I wanted to get that out of the way. Fast. Can I come in? It's cold out here, and my wings aren't keeping this body as warm as I hoped. And, this sweater isn't exactly covering as much of my body as I hoped it would. Oh, it's so warm in here. I always wondered what it felt like for you to be inside the house, especially in the winter. Oh, thank you. That blanket looks so warm. That's your hat. That's so nice of you. Thank you. No, well, one of my flockmates said that when he took on a human body, it was so sensitive to the cold. It's not like we don't normally notice, but you know, feathers. It's really me, the one that brings you all the treasures I can find. Of course I do. You feed me treats, you even pat my head, so I bring you jingling keys and shiny things. That's an easy one. Your neighbors aren't nice to any of the flock, and the keys are clearly very important to them. They even try to chase me when I grab them. That's why I bring them to you. They're obviously valuable, so I want you to have them. You deserve them more than they do. That, and it obviously pisses them off. Of course I do. That's what makes it a fun little game. Can I sneak up on them and get the keys before they see me? Oh no, I didn't mean to cause problems for you. I'm so sorry. I do agree, they do deserve it. Isn't it obvious? I'm offering you my head to pat. You know, like you usually do. You're always very gentle with my feathers. It feels nice. But in this form, with, hair, I'm dying to know what it feels like. That, flockmate I was telling you about says it feels heavenly. Oh, that's nice. Oh, it wasn't good. Do you do this with your flockmates? I never see humans doing it outside very often, unless they're mates. Now do my lips. Just like you do with my beak. I'm curious about what this is going to feel like. Oh, really? Why not? Oh, that's right. My flockmate did say that. You all do that, what's it called? Kissing thing instead. Like humans keep wanting to do to us. Having a face that close to ours is kind of weird and a little uncomfortable for us at first. But it makes sense for you. Your mouths are different. Very soft. Okay then. Can I have a kiss? Mwah. You look surprised. Did I do something wrong? So, this is only something couples do. But your children and your pets and wild birds like me? Okay, but I've heard you tell your neighbors I'm your friend, not your pet. You think of me like your child. Animal friend. This sounds more complicated than it needs to be. Oh, yes, I am hungry. And I know you've got the best treats in the neighborhood. I think it's the beefed jerky? The rest of the flock are so jealous, even when I take them back some to share. Something better? You've been holding out on me. That sounds amazing. This is nice. So this is what a regular table looks like. Thank you. Oh, these chairs are so comfortable. Are they better than the benches on the picnic table? What's that box? That doesn't look like a grill box. Oh, so that's what a microwave is. Honestly, I don't know how I know what I know. Obviously, I couldn't talk like humans do when I was a bird. But we are smarter than other birds, and maybe it got recorded in my brain somehow. And getting turned into a human brought it to the forefront? Nope. No idea how or why I became human. This has only happened to one of us before, and that was because they'd started thinking of the human as a potential mate. What a silly boy. I didn't say that. All of a sudden, my face is feeling hot. What? But... Okay. Fine. You... Do you remember when you were teaching me that one song? The... That one? Yes, you were grilling, hammed burgers, and you gave me a piece. I'd never had that kind of meat before, and it was just delicious. And while I was eating, you were bobbing your head with the tune. And then one of your neighbors threw a rock at me, and you got up and threw a bigger rock at him, and drove him off. Oh, don't be so modest, you nailed him. I could see that from the air. That was the moment. You fed me, you sang me a song, and defended me. Honestly, I don't know how you don't already have a mate. Or several. You have to be kidding me. Are they stupid? I'm serious. You'd be so good at protecting a nest and feeding a family. You might not be able to throw a rock if you were a bird, but I bet you could still make some trouble for a hawk that got too close. You're clever. Are you all right? You have this look on your face. You do. I don't know what it is, but you definitely do. Honestly, it's attractive if I just want to... It's already ready. Oh, thank you. It's still steaming, even. Oh, that we learned that generations ago. Make sure the human food is cool enough before you eat it. I'll give it some time. Oh, thank you. But as I was saying, I do think you'd make a good mate. Dance, defense, dinner. What more could anyone ask of? Oh, speaking of which... This is so good! I don't know what happened to my flockmate exactly. He came back to us, but he wasn't quite right after that. He still came to that person's home for treats, but he wasn't as crazy about her as before. Perhaps she rejected him. Are you going to reject me? You don't seem too fond of the idea of... Are you listening to me? Are you listening to me? Of course it would hurt. Well, because you... You're a kind person, and a strong one. You feed wild birds like me. You even defended me from one of your neighbors. If you were a bird, we'd already have hatchlings by now. Perhaps a few clutches. What's wrong? Your face is turning red. Come here. Just come here for a second. I'm not going to bite. I've never bitten you before, have I? There we go. I've seen humans do it for each other when they're upset or happy. It looks comforting. It's comforting for us, at least, to standing close to each other, wrapping my wings around you. If it's not all... Oh, good. Better? I don't know why I have the wings either. The town we fly to when it gets truly too cold, they have all kinds of people there. They're like a mix of humans and different animals. I know some of them have wings. I don't know where they're from, but... Interesting. Side note, the snake ones freak me out a little. Well, I know they're part human, but snakes are not crows' friends. Snakes, that is. They... Oh, that reminds me of something else. The lady from a few doors down the road? You were helping her with her gutters a couple days ago? Yes, that's her. Why is there a member of the Unseelie Court living here? No offense, but this doesn't seem like the type of neighborhood. Not nearly enough dark castles or... No, serious, a real live member of the Fey nobility? She's not, I suppose, high aristocracy, but she's still important. At least a city. Well, I was a little jealous at first when I saw you there the other day. Isn't that silly? A crow being jealous of one of the great Morriganna's attendants. Or something. You were so kind to her, and she kept wanting to give you something, and you kept telling her she didn't have to pay you. And, thank you, by the way. I heard you talking about me. You were very sweet. That was a weird day. I ended up letting her feed me by hand. I was scared, but it was like I didn't really have a choice. Just my body moving without my control. And then she was staring into my eyes, and it just felt like she was seeing inside me or something. Do you think she's behind this? You were kind to her. She summoned me. She's Fey. They do all sorts of crazy things. Even crows can't figure out the Morriganna. They act like they've got no filter. Sometimes I guess when you're that powerful you don't really need one, do you? She just seemed awfully interested in your personal life. I mean, I guess we all notice that you live alone, and I hate that for you, you know? No, you're right, it is late. The sun went down a long, long time ago. And I know you're staying up late, but I suppose I'm getting tired as well. Sure, lead the way. Ooh. I know you don't call it a nest, but it looks so cozy. Never mind, it's truly nice, and that's it over there. The bed, correct? With all of the blankets and the soft, bumpy things. This is so warm and comfortable. Where are you going? Oh, I was hoping you might. I was hoping you might lay next to me. I'm afraid, okay? I don't know what's happening or what's going to happen or why it's happening in the first place. There's these new thoughts in my head that shouldn't be there. But I know you and I trust you, and to my mind it's like you're a part of the flock, and sometimes we huddle up with each other when we rest, and I know it might not be how humans do things, though, and I can tell you're nervous about this, and are you sure you're comfortable with that? I don't want... Thank you. You are just too kind. Are you always this... nurturing? Is that the correct word for it? I'm sure your neighbors don't think so, but it's okay to make an exception for them. I do have a grudge. Me and the rest of the flock. And so do the young ones now. When they're old enough to mate, their children will too. Oh, dearie, they're going to love you. They won't even need anyone else to tell them you're one of the good ones either. Here. You feel so nice. I swear I don't know how you humans manage to not just sit and do things like this all day. Thank you. That means a lot to me. Oh, and one more thing. Mwah. No, you're fine. Hair is just a strange texture to kiss, that's all. Good night. Good night. I quite hope I see you in the morning too.